Surviving in Nigeria as an Okada rider. An Okada is a motorcycle taxi commonly used in Nigeria and other African countries. Commercial motorcycles were nicknamed after Okada Air, a now defunct Nigerian airline, itself named after the hometown of its owner, Chief Gabriel Ibinidion, because they could maneuver through the heavy traffic of Lagos and take passengers to their destinations in a timely manner, in the same way as the airline. The ironic humor of an airline's name being used for commercial motorcyclists, as well as the local familiarity with Okada Air, caused the nickname of Okada to outlive the airline from which it originated, which many Nigerians no longer remember. In January 2020, the word Okada was added to the Oxford English Dictionary General Update along with 28 others widely used Nigerian words. Due to the inadequacy of taxicab and bus services, congestion and poorly maintained roads in Nigeria, Okadas are used in cities such as Lagos by businessmen, government workers and students to overcome traffic congestion and also navigate roads that are inaccessible to automobiles and buses, particularly in villages and urban slums. Unfortunately, the rise in Okada usage has been accompanied by increased occurrences of risky driving and accidents on Nigerian roads. As a result, Okadas have come under heavy criticism, resulting in legislation intended to restrict or prohibit their operation in some parts of Nigeria, particularly Lagos State. Commercial motorbikes are the most used common form of public transport in the city of at least 20 million people, which is notorious for traffic jams. The authorities expressed that the ban was needed due to safety concerns. They said the motorbike taxis, known as Okadas, and tricycles called kekes, caused death and disorderliness, aided by security agencies who have been accused of going beyond their remit. However, the ban does not include private motorbikes and motorcycles used by delivery companies. The ban affects the city's main business areas such as Ikoyi, Ikeja, Victoria Island, Surulere, and the bridges and highways which link the different bits of the coastal city. Okadas and kekes are still allowed in some residential areas of the state, especially where many poor people live. This ban has in one way or another affected those who use the Okada business as their stream of income. That is why today on Public Announcement, we'll be going on the streets of Lagos to speak to a few Okada riders to ask them about the struggles they face in the pursuit of their daily bread. Do not go anywhere.
The sky is blue, the sun is hot. Anytime you see me on your TV screen, you know what's up. Hi guys, welcome to another amazing show on Public Announcement. And on today's show, I'm going to be talking to bike men and women to know how far. Let's know what's up with them after the ban. How have they been living? How's it been so far, doing dispatch or being a personal bike owner? So you guys sit back, relax. It's about to be an amazing show. My name is Lexi Amarni. You can call today's show Keeping Up with the Bikers. I'll see you soon. How are you doing today?
We bless God for today.
How long you do this bike business like this?
It's more than 8 years.
8 years?
Yes.
Why you decide you won't be bike woman?
It's because business is not for everybody. When business is not for everybody, our destinies are different. So anything that you will do for this life to help family, you do it. So that is that.
So how you cope now with all these stouts, Agbero, where they disturb people up and down? How you cope?
No, although I don't have problem with them. I don't have problem with anybody. For being a woman driving Okada, sometimes the reason, if it is my wife or my sister or my girlfriend, they will just pardon me. I will go. So
they know they disturb you at all?
No, I don't have problem with anybody.
So nobody don't ever harass you, say, why woman with the drive bike?
When I started this Okada newly, then disturbed me for some while. But at the end, at least God have taken a position.
So how long have you been doing this bike business?
My brother has been long, over 8 to 10 years.
Why you never still want change? Why you still there inside the business?
I changed before I entered into Keke, but when they asked all of us to leave Ikeja, because I'm working at Ikeja with Keke, so when they push everyone out from Ikeja, I have no option than to come back to the one I know how to do best. Then now of recent, I'm learning driving school, so I hope that when I'm through and perfect, I'm not look for a boss. to switch over to something else. This moment now, I'm even tired of the business, to say the truth.
So how long you don't ride Okada like this?
Roughly 10 years now. Yeah.
So how you don't be so far with this 10 years of riding Okada?
Actually, things are not going well because of the situation of the bike issue in Lagos. We are not feeling comfortable. We are not okay with the way things are going. So we are not okay. That's just the truth.
How do you handle harassment from touts and agbero?
In fact, it's really getting out of hand. The way Agbero is harassing us, especially the even police issues, are becoming unbearable. We cannot endure it anymore. We are doing this not because we love doing this job. We just do this job because we have no other option, no other alternative. As you can see, there's no job in this country. We are all job. Many people graduate are jobless. So we just find something doing. You must do something for surviving. That's why we are into this.
So I hear you guys get tickets. They give you guys tickets for being back. So what's the usefulness of this ticket?
They said they normally deliver it to government, and government are having some percentage from the ticket. But with what we see, I don't know if it is true because the government are actually stopping us. They said they don't want to see us on the road. So if government are actually getting something from it, why would they be stopping every day by the tout? I mean by the government itself, even police.
Tell me, how long have you been into this business?
I'm not into the business. I have people who are doing the business on my behalf. I buy bikes, I give it to people, they ride it, and they make returns.
So how lucrative is this business? How much do you earn or get in a week?
What you get is an estimated amount of money. You don't have a specific. You might expect to get 10 million in a week. You might expect to get 5,000 in a week. So it depends on the turnout of customers. So it's whatever comes to you. That's what you know. That's what you got for the week.
So how do you deal with touts and agbero disturbing you guys regularly?
Well, that is a little bit, I would say, it's natural because almost all over Lagos, we have that issue of agbero union thing like that. So, and sometimes if you belong to a union, I don't think anybody will disturb you. So those that belong to a union are not disturbed. It's maybe those who don't belong to a union. Those are the people that have some experiences of being harassed or whatever.
So tell me, how long you don't do this Okada business?
So I've been doing this for like 7 years now.
7 years?
Yeah.
Why don't be so far? How be?
I build house with this Okada for my village. 3 rooms, yes.
So how you enjoy the Okada business so far?
As far as no any other job, so we are doing it. If you go to North now, like we are outside, we are from North now. If you go to North to farm, nowhere to farm now. You come back to Lagos, they chase us. We don't know where we are going now. So, and this resource, like me now, I have wife, I have children now. If I go back to farm, Fulani men chase us. We come to Lagos, they chase us. We don't know what we can do now.
Riding on an Okada has been described as a unique experience by both tourists and local users. The decision to ban them has not gone down well with commuters who feel the decision is elitist and targeted at the poor. As many sweaty commuters waited at the bus stations for unavailable taxis and buses on Monday, they wondered why the government did not provide alternatives before placing the ban. The government said it had provided more public buses and boats for those along the waterways, but the truth is that the kekes and Okadas provided a badly needed service. They plied the streets in hard-to-reach areas where buses and taxis are unable to go. And the state government had earlier claimed it was not aware that enforcing this directive may lead to some job losses, and that the governor would announce measures to tackle the effects of the order. A statement also noted the little discomfort experienced by commuters on some routes due to the absence of motorcycles and tricycles, and added that it would not last as alternatives are being rolled out.
What's the biggest problem when you get as bike woman like this?
There is no too big a deal there. Only that for now, as it is for this Lagos now, they have banned Okada for Lagos State. But we are still managing, we are still trying. At all, it's bad. We are still managing.
I hear say una dey collect tickets. Abi, una dey collect tickets?
Yeah, they are selling tickets.
So, wetin be the usefulness of that ticket for every Okada man?
That ticket is for Agboro. And 2, mainly the ticket is for Lagos State. It's for Lagos State. Nigerian Transport Association. It's for Lagos State because they are selling the ticket like all these Okada men. But for me, they used to pardon me. I'm not buying the ticket. They used to pardon me as a woman and their wife, their only daughter, where they get, only wife where they get, where they drive Okada. They used to pardon me for the ticket. I'm not buying ticket for anywhere. So, but that ticket, they have 2 organizations for this ticket. They have MOAS, they have Namoral. So they are buying 2 tickets of this Lagos. So it depends the way you are applying. Anywhere you are applying, you have to get their ticket for them not to disturb you. So that is how the ticket is.
What is the biggest problem in the Okada transport system?
Well, in the first place, Okada riding came out of child of necessity. It was the failure. It was basically the failure of the government of the day to provide the basic facilities like the transportation. In the transportation sector, there was supposed to be, we were supposed to have good routes all over places. We were supposed to have good network of routes. We were supposed to have, government was supposed to provide alternative means of transportation. There was supposed to be maybe we have buses supplying the inner route. And now, in any place we have been online, and I read a story about New York and Alaska. They say if you prepare tea in New York, then you serve it to somebody in Alaska, which is almost 3,000 kilometers or more. You can imagine the distance, the difference of distance, and then the tea will still be hot. The speed of transportation matters a lot. People want to go to their businesses on time. People want to go to work on time. And now if you're working for a company and maybe you go to work late, what would the company do? They will give you warning letter, and before you know, you get sacked. And then if government cannot provide means of transportation to take people to work on time, then that's a failure on the part of the government, and then people have to make use of the alternative that's available.
Do you think you want the government to do to help the situation now?
Yeah, the government should provide alternative by bringing more jobs to the country. Government should provide alternative before, if you want to stop something like this, say you don't want bike in Lagos, fine, there is nobody argue about that, but there should be alternative. Not just suddenly wake up and decided to stop bike without providing alternative. There's no job. You and I know that. I'm very sure that there's no job in this country. We are just managing to survive. And if you want to stop something like this, you should be alternative so that people can survive. There are many of us that are graduate. We don't have job. And some of the people that are even managing to survive is through this bike issue. And suddenly you just wake up and say you want to stop bike. How do you want them to survive with their family? So government should think about this issue before they make any step, so that it will not affect the masses.
Don't you think that you guys were one of the reasons why they decided to stop bike, because of how rough some Okada men drive?
Yeah, actually, there are some rough ones, but that does not mean that we cannot select. There are how the government can go about it. If you want to select those that are not doing well out of it, or if you want to, bring a law that guide how to drive, even anybody that violate the law, then it should be punished, not necessarily generated to every other people that are not involved in it. So it's very inconvenient for all of us.
So how do they deal with all these Agbero and policemen where they disturb up and down every day?
We just manage to do it like that. How can we do? We pay them, we buy ticket every day 1,000. We buy Mawas 500, Anakowa 500 plus 100 that we give them. If police arrest you, you go and pay 40,000 a year for a RC before you collect your bike. They will lock you join. And government will offer us any other job to do. If they give us another job, we will stop this one, because even we don't like this thing that we are doing, but we do it because there is nothing we can do.
What if you say be the solution to this problem like this? What do you say government if you do like this?
The solution, if government can find another thing for us, then we stop this thing. Yes, but if they cannot find another thing, if they disturb us like this thing can make somebody to turn to like a criminal. Because I come here nowhere, I go here, I can join them. Yes, because nowhere to chop.
So how do they cope with stouts every day when they're at the waka?
Well, that one is not it's not a problem. We buy their tickets, cooperate with them whatever they want. Because at my age, I will not be able to be fighting with anybody. Instead of that, I just do what I'm supposed to do and be doing my normal daily bread.
What do you get if you buy tickets from all these stouts?
You don't get anything, but since if you did not buy the ticket, they will molest you, embarrass you, and to avoid all those embarrassments, you buy the ticket. There's nothing in return.
What has been the major problem in Lagos so far?
The major problem is our government. The major problem so far is our government. First of all, there are some major roads they say we should not apply. We obey. Then recently there are rumors going on that they are going to face off both bike and keke. Reason not known to us. We don't know those people say they wanted to bring their small bus, but I haven't seen those buses. So that's the major problem now. They are just threatening us. They are threatening us that.
The public bus service said it had deployed a number of buses along major routes and the government announced additional ferry services. However, due to fear of being identified and apprehended for speaking before the camera, many shied away from granting us the interview. Notwithstanding, those who were bold enough to speak without being scared of the popular saying freedom of speech is guaranteed, but freedom after speech isn't expressed that it's been a very difficult journey for them, considering the constant harassment they reveal they get from touts, law enforcement agents and the Nigerian government in general. They stated that making enough to feed themselves and family is close to impossible.
Between dispatch rider now and normal Okada person, which person they make more money like this?
Although the dispatch rider, they make more money more than Okada, because Okada cannot apply everywhere in Lagos State. Mainly highway, Okada cannot apply, but dispatch rider they can apply anywhere for this Lagos, but Okada cannot apply anywhere for Lagos. It's inside street, some street. That is where Okada apply.
Why you never decide to change?
Well, as for me, I don't know any other thing that I will do. I don't know any business because I have do a business for years. At the end of the day, I don't have anything. Even to feed my children is hard for me. But since I started this Okada, I know that God is making a move. God is making a way. Even my daily food, I bless God that God gives me my daily food through this Okada. So for that reason, I go to apply small. We go see the wangle ourselves, they go, they dodge police, they go for some reasons.
If you say dispatch riders, they make more money past Okada men?
Dispatch rider, they pay us 30, 40, and if you have children, how can you do? For the whole month, you collect 30,000 or 40,000. And if you just come to Lagos now, you don't know where. If they send you to Ikorodu, Ekpe, you don't know. So we will just run inside street here. We don't know all these kind of places.
Some people they always talk say Okada men say they drive rough. Say now they cause the problem where they ban now. So what do you feel about that one? What make some Okada men they always drive rough?
Yeah, you are right. Some Okada people drive rough very well. Even me, I feel that. Some follow one way. Some use Okada thief, but we are not all. If they can fix law, they can fix law. Some majority are Nigerians. They come from Nigeria, and Nigerians cannot recognize that. That one they cannot blame us. They allowed everybody to just come and do anything he like in this country. Even we that we're supposed to work 5,000, you work 2,000 because all these Nigerians they're too much for this country, and they just allowed them. That one is the work of government.
So do you think dispatch riders are making more money than normal bike men?
My brother, no one is easy. I have a friend, I have a neighbor that is doing dispatch. Recently, now he's telling me that government said they are going to pay 250,000. So that amount is nowhere to come out. He's now running here to get that money and nowhere to get it. So they are even taxing them more than Okada people. It's not even easy for them. If it's easy, I should have switched off since. But all the same, it's not easy for anybody. Short, it's not easy.
So do you make more money now as a bike man or before?
For the situation in our country now, there is no money everywhere. We are managing. Even some places where we used to go like 500. So we should come and ask you, please, I don't have anything, just help me 200, 300. Then you have to consider because there's no money everywhere. This is so tight, my brother. This is so tight. We are just managing. Nobody's making anything. We just try to make ends meet. So it's not as lucrative as it is before. So this is very tight generally.
Anytime you see me, you go zoom, zoom, zoom. All right, guys, this is where we wrap up today's show. It has been amazing. Make sure you follow our conversation on Twitter at HipTv and on Instagram at official HipTv. Till I come your way, same time, same station. You know the vibes. My name is Lexi Amani. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.